Tips from the Viewers, 3rd edition. Let me see what else we can find. With every sewing project, you always learn something new, some technique or something you weren't doing properly, you can improve. And with the YouTube channel, I'm lucky because I always ask you to give me any piece of advice you have for doing something, and you always do. So I really appreciate it. And since the last edition of the tips from the subscribers video, I've been gathering a few of these tips, and let's have a look at them. Not long ago, when I upcycled the scarf into a dress, I was doubting if I should add some ribbon or some tape along the neckline to keep its shape, or to just avoid it fraying. And I don't know why I doubted myself, because it was something I had previously done a few years ago when I mended some neckline for my grandma's friend. It was a guipure dress and I added some tape. So I should have added it, and Isa advised to do that. It's much better because apart from not fraying, it keeps the shape of the neckline and it's much better and easier to mend. And then later on, in another blouse I made for myself, I mended for myself, I did that and it was perfectly fine. And another tip is, don't doubt yourself, just be confident and do something if you have it in the back of your mind. Not long ago, when I mended my friend's V-neck evening dress, I was told to use the thimble by Mirin Paz. Of course, she's right, it's something I have to get used to, and it's much better, of course, it's made for that, to push the needle so you don't hurt yourself. And apart from not hurting yourself, it makes sewing by hand so much easier. But it's something I have to get used to. I don't have the hang of it. It's just something I'm not used to sewing by hand, so the thimble is not like, I'm not used to it. And what I always do is like I end up making a lot of effort with my fingers, and my fingers end up all crunched. So it's something I have to do. When I upcycled the tracksuit into a skirt, a girl, Marta Lucia, told me that she always uses the zipper foot to make the top stitching because it's more precise. I haven't tried it just yet. I could have tried it when I made my son's traditional costume because it has top stitching, but I forgot. So it's something I'd be willing to try. The zipper foot, it's really versatile. I always use it when I want to get close to a seam that is really bulky and I can't reach with the normal foot. That's really good for that. But for this I haven't tried, but I'm going to. When I upcycled the denim jacket into a waistcoat, I had two interesting comments about how to fray denim. The first one was Tora, who told me that after cutting your denim, you should wash it because in the washing machine, all the threads come looser and it's easier to fray. So you don't have to be fraying with the seam ripper. And the other comment was from Lily Barrera, who told me to use a pumice stone to make it fray. This is really interesting and we're going to try it right now. Let me see what else we can find. When I made the 60s style channel dress back in December, there were a few comments about how to sew this kind of fabric. It's a tricky fabric because it stretches a lot and it loses shape. And to avoid so, you can use some thin interfacing. And apart from that, another thing that is going to keep the shape, because it won't make it, your garment won't stick to your body, is to line it. I didn't do any of those, but I will next time. So thank you so much, Sonia, Miriam and Martin. In the video about ironing in the sewing room, a subscriber, Isa, said that she usually uses these pens for marking, but the ones that disappear with heat. So it is a bit of a fuss when you press something because your marks disappear. And another subscriber, Miriam Paz, said that she just uses soap. Pieces of soap, bars of soap that disappear with water, so it doesn't really matter. It's a great idea. I'm still using my tailor's chalk because my grandma left me loads, but that is really advisable. Claro. When I made the tailor's cushion, a long-time subscriber, Nadia Borcha, told me that you should make a bull side because apparently bull is better to press on top of bull. I didn't know that. So because I had done this already, what I did is that I made a second one with a piece of remnant I had. I haven't used this one because I haven't sewn anything in wool, but it's useful to have them both. And another tip for this is that after you've done it, because I filled them with sawdust, is that you have to boil them apparently. I didn't know when I made them, but I'm waiting for the summer to come to do so. Apparently you have to boil them so the fabric shrinks and it's really tight. And it's good apparently for that because it'll be so tight and it'll be keeping its shape. So I'll be doing that. So what do you reckon about all these tips, and what other tips have you got for us all? It's always good when you're learning to have some pieces of advice. Maybe there's something you don't know how to do, or there's something you're not doing properly. So that's always good to help each other. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Let me know down in the comments anything you think of, and don't forget to subscribe. I would really appreciate it. It helps the channel a lot, and that way you don't miss anything, because I upload twice a week. And don't go just yet, because I leave you a link here to other talking about sewing videos you can have a look at. Toxic habits in the sewing room, sewing efficiently, things I wish I had known before I started sewing, loads of things. So stick around for a while, and I'll leave you in the description box down below the 2 links for the other tips from the viewers' videos. Bye! Let me see what else we can find.